6 p.m. We ask you guys to tune in, and we're going to have something for everybody eventually and every week. I like to read the disclaimer again. The views expressed by the host and the callers of this show are not necessarily the view of WLTH management, owners, advertisers, and sponsors. So we had a good interview with Jocelyn Kelly, and we hope that our listening audience that's listening now live and listening later can take some tad bits information from her as to what she shared with us about growing her business in general, and the fact that she has some degree of track record where she's been doing this for a little while. So a lot of us, we quit or give up soon, and we have false expectations about what it's like to get out here and get the business going. The reason why that I have a big spot for that in my heart, because we're in an environment, as I say, and I always say this on every show, where we're experiencing some degree of economic terrorism. We're experiencing economic terrorism. We're financially, our nation, nevertheless, just our region, can do a lot better than what we're doing. And the cornerstone of building back our economy, the cornerstone of building back our economy is not only just small business. Recently, we had a discussion, and our president had a discussion too, regarding the railroad strike. It was an attempted railroad strike. It may still be a strike. They have a cooling off period for the voters in the union to vote to pass some of the things they agreed about. And we really don't want the trains to stop running across this country, because a lot of things go across this country in trains, a lot of goods and things like that. Also, we also have a truck driver shortage. You know, we're getting a lot of people driving trucks, and I'm seeing all kind of people. I'm seeing women drive trucks, semis. I'm seeing people getting into trucking business and they're leasing trucks. And so our country depends on the cooperation of one another. And we can't be in an environment where we don't cooperate with each other about anything. We have our elected officials who are appointed to represent us not cooperating with each other more often than not. Sometimes they do, but more often than not. That affects how we get things done. In human history, not just American history, in human history, there has been no civilization without a degree of cooperation sustained. And there hasn't been anything worth having without a degree of cooperation sustained. With that being said, I'm going to try to use a real life example of how people, when they become disagreeable and uncooperative, we begin to have problems. Now, we all know, as a result of our economic strain, the Lake County tax sale, I'm just going to use this as an example. They have St. Joseph tax sale, different counties have tax sale. And this is where the past due property tax debt is auctioned off to the highest bidder. And when the debtor who owes the debt don't what they call pay the bill late or redeem, as we like to call here in Northwest Indiana, if they don't redeem, the person who bought the past due debt can go to a local judge, a superior court judge, and they have tax sale court, and they can petition the court to give them the deed, which conveys ownership of the property for not paying the back taxes. Okay, so that's the tax sale in a nutshell. So what I got here is a transcript from me at a hearing at a tax sale. And the reason why I got a transcript here, I was recently, again, but this is previously a couple of years ago, I was denied registration to participate in the tax sale. And we probably have a whole show about this, not my denial and me, but how the tax sale worked. We probably have some horror stories about the tax sale. Then we probably have some positive stories about the tax sale. But the point is, as far as we the people is concerned, our public policy regarding the tax sale, we want to see two things. The properties that are worth saving, we'd like to see them back on the tax rolls. And we'd like to see the property used and function where it's generating revenue, or the use is valuable enough to a family or someone living in it where they keep the taxes paid. So we'd like to see that happen. The second thing we'd like to see happen is, over time, the number of properties we have on the tax sale, especially ones that's recycling, we'd like to see that number reduce. So we need to see that go down. And one may say, well, I'm not into real estate, so it don't matter to me. I drive the bus, I drive the train, I'm a fireman. It does matter to you. So I don't care what walk of life you in, it matters very much if you have a county where 60% plus of the properties on the tax sale is from one city, or if you have a city where it's in half. So we want the number to get so minuscule that people would view the tax sale almost not worth participating in. That so I like to see that as a goal, even though I buy tax sale properties and lease them out. So we would like to see as one of our policies for we the people, we're gonna have a we the people policy list. Some things we'd like to see change, and we're gonna have a public economic indicator report, and maybe the first Thursday of every month we talk about our economic indicators and where we're at, or we report something that's relevant to our economic indicators, and we spread that out to give it enough time for the indicator to go up or down. But the number of properties in your county on the tax sale is definitely an economic indicator, because a place is properly populated, where the average income is good, where the schools are doing better on average, those places or those towns or those communities, they don't have as many properties on the tax sale. And we want to see our foreclosure numbers low. So that's something we might want to use a FOIA for. We might want to ask the county court clerk, or we might want to ask some other appropriate party, what are our foreclosure numbers in our county? And we might want to look at that. Are they going up, down? Are they fluctuating? Because if it's in foreclosure, that means someone's in economic trouble where they can't save it, and the lender is seeking to have control of the property and resell it. Recently, I had someone talk to me about a foreclosure in detail, and that's why it came to my mind. But if you ever have that situation, make sure you don't ignore the notices coming to the house. Talk to the attorney that's handling the foreclosure. You may be able to work something out. That's my advice to you. And always see a lender. And someone said, well, John, why do you always say that? I don't have great credit and I get denied for a loan. A lender can also tell you what it is you need to do to possibly get a loan. And we have plenty of local credit repair companies. And matter of fact, we have one that I followed a post. I may invite, it's a husband and wife team. I may invite them in to come on and talk about some things you can do to better your credit. And of course, they can probably offer their services, because what good is it being in business is offering services of goods, so you don't get to sell anything. And speaking of husband and wives, it's a husband and wife duo in our community that's a law firm. And we all know who they are. So I'm gonna try to get one or either both of them to come in one day and talk to the general public, not only just about what they do, but some base things that you should know regarding the law. And I think a good segment would be on to have one of them come in and talk to us about what should you tell your children about the law. If you have an adolescent, what's one of the first or base things you'll teach your adolescent about them and the law and some of the basic rights we need to know? And I just can come up with ideas because our community needs so much. It's not because I'm sharp. I'm not the sharpest knife in the drawer, but we need so much. And I think these ideas would be good. And I think we the people would be the perfect platform for us together to present these ideas. Okay, I'm looking to take another caller before we wrap up. We only got about 5 minutes left, if that. And if someone want to call in with a question, comment, or something like that, you're more than welcome to call in. Our call-in number is 219-885-1371, 219-885-1371. Don't be shy. Feel free to call in. And as you guys know, I plan to have some open houses at Foodies. And Foodies is a small carry-out restaurant that I'm going to be selling. And I'm still working on putting together what we unofficially phrase as the $5 holler. So we're going to have people, if you're in some type of business where you can have a product for $5 or less or $10 or less, what we're going to do, we're going to pile over to some land I own next to Foodies or by Foodies, and we're going to promote those businesses to the public. And then maybe we probably upload those videos and to get your business information out there and get to know the public, and the public get to know you. With that being said, I love the opportunity that you guys give me to inform, offer people that can come in and educate and bring information to you guys. And I thank all my guests, past, the present guests that we had today, and the future guests who's going to come in to We the People and maybe not just have a good time with us, but actually leave here where we actually all learn something and benefit from it. Thank you, Miss Beth Woods, for your claps and comments for the show tonight. We had a couple of people comment on. We had David Cowder at Cowder Electric come on. And if you have a business or something you want me to send a shout out, do a post on the Facebook page or do a comment on the Facebook page, and I'll make sure I mention you or say something to you, or at least say hi and acknowledge you. And I look forward also where me and Eric is talking, where we're trying to get together our syllabus and our checklist for the professional citizen program. We want to put together a professional citizen program. And I'm going to tell you guys right off the bat, we're going to have some great events in the professional citizen program, and I'm going to feed you guys. We're going to have some fun, and we'll probably try to get some good people to come by. But we're not going to have a professional citizen program just so we can throw parties. Anybody that's going to be in our professional citizen program, you have to be a registered voter. We're not having a professional citizen program without registered voters. And you don't have to become a law professor, but you need to have the base information about the Bill of Rights. We need that. Okay? So this is your host, John Allen, with We the People. We enjoyed you tonight. We look forward to seeing you again on streaming media, whether it's YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and we also look forward to you guys listening in to AM 1370, WLTH, the Region Station, and the Region Choice and Voice. Again, the views expressed by the host, the callers in this show are not necessarily the view of the WLTH management, owners, and advertisement. Have a great night, and thank you for tuning in to We the People.